So, my style has changed over the years. I started off where I would just purely change options. And I used to look at the unusual activity and go, oh my God, look at that big buying 3 months out and just go after that. And there was a long time in this market when that flow and that type of activity was the best action in the world, right? Huge winners, big percentage winners, and everybody loves those big percentage winners. But as this market's adapted, and we've been in this bull market now run for what, coming up on 10 years, what I use options for mostly now is to show me what names are on play on a daily basis and to help me find names that I may not be paying attention to otherwise. So for example, this morning, two names they came after quickly, or three, Taiwan Semi, Disney, and Baidu. And, quickly got me focused on all those names. And, I use it now to find that. And sometimes I trade options, but a lot of times I'll just grab stock because I'm busy going through the flow. I just had to make a split decision. So I just jumped on Baidu this morning without even thinking about it, based on them buying tons and tons of weekly 205s calls, 15,000 in the first 10 minutes.
And when you're looking at that flow, can you tell us a little bit as to what exactly it is you're looking at and then what you're looking for?
Sure. What I'm looking at is to see them continuing to come after it, right? So sometimes they'll come in and it'll be a large block. And those to me are usually the least attractive. When I see, like in pins, we had a big order today in the February 70 calls, a massive order, but it was one big lump sum. When I see them continually hitting over and over again, small sweeps, a couple hundred at a time, up to 1,000, that shows me that they're in that name, they're playing it, and they're just rolling up. And then you look for them to start rolling higher. So as the stock moves up, if they're playing at 205 and Baidu, maybe they start buying the weekly 210s, right? And they're just continuing with this momentum, and it starts creating a feeding frenzy because, of course, the more option buying there is, the more the market maker has to hedge. The way they hedge is they buy the stock. And then the more they're doing it, the more the stock's going up, the more it brings more eyes onto it, and you get a pile-in effect. And that's what for day trading, when I'm day trading options, that's exactly what I'm looking for. It's even better when they're on our list in the morning, right? In the pre-market, I go over names I like on the day and the reasons why I like them. And when they're on that list and the name has volume, it's just a home run. If you have unusual volume in the stock itself and unusual option activity in it, and the technical setup's good, that's usually a home run.
So basically, you're looking at the options order flow, and you're looking for a symbol that just keeps getting hit nonstop.
Yep.
And when you see that, that's an indication to go long. Accurate, quick
the
summary.
first thing I do is I'll take a look at it, right? Make sure the stock's reacting right to the flow, right? Because sometimes they could be selling these calls to open, or it might be not or closing. The stock should be going up if there's a lot of call buying coming into it. And once I see that and I look at it, and if I like to look at it and I see volume in the name on a 5-minute or a 1-minute chart, that's when I jump on it. If it's not reacting right and it's not doing anything, I put it onto a note and I start keeping an eye on it because sometimes you get a delayed reaction. And with the market selling off on the Qs this morning on the opening 20 or 30 minutes, sometimes that affects the overall what they're trying to do, right? So that's what made names today special. Baidu and Disney, they didn't care what the market was doing on the open today. Those names screamed right out of the gate and they just said, okay, market's coming down, but we're going up. That's the type of names you want to find in a market like this, especially in days like today.
Okay. Guys, if any of you are Benzinga Pro users out there, we do have sweeps on Benzinga Pro as well. Here's a live feed that I have up and what it looks like. If you guys are not yet Benzinga Pro users, it's pro.benzinga.com. There is a free 2-week trial. If you email them and say, hey, Luke wants me to have it for a month, do that. They'll give it to you for a month.